contact with an alien species, or species, plural, is probably not going to happen until we step out of racial adolescence, attain some sort of maturity as a species. We just won't be allowed into stellar society.
They won't allow us into the neighborhood if we don't grow up a little
right.
bit.
We're just a new kid on the block, and they're watching us to see that we don't...
And they've been watching us for a long time.
Sure.
In my own research, Neil, that's one of the things that I was fascinated by. I really was not ever able to come to terms with what I was discovering over the years until I came up with what I call a historical perspective, an overview. And I began to collect information, evidence, parts. My God, I went back to ancient history. I went back to cave art, for heaven's sake, where you find UFOs literally scratched on the side of caves in southern France and northern Spain.
Even with contrails.
Exactly, even with the movement from the passage of the contrails. And it dawned on me that this intelligence, whoever and whatever they are, has been with us from the beginning of recorded history. And for a lot of years, like many UFO researchers, I was concerned about who are they, where are they from, and why are they here? And then over the years, as I began to mature a little bit and began to grasp that there was a lot more to this thing, then it began to dawn on me that it's not who they are. It isn't where they're from or why they're here. It's who we are.
Yeah.
Now that's the big question, and there's not a human being on the planet, in my opinion, that has it at some time in his life looked up at the stars at night and asked that same question. Who am I? Why am I here? How did I come to be here? Neil, our own government has had a major hand in keeping the lid on this thing for years and years and years.
I'm sure.
I was going to ask you, in your opinion, why do you think they're so scared to let this information out?
I think it goes clearly back to the Brookings Institute study that was done in early 50s. Commissioned by the government, as I understand it.
Yeah, it was commissioned, I think, by NASA or for NASA. I know a copy was given to Congress in 1961.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said, basically, and the question was asked, what would happen? What do you think we should do, or what should we do relative to the release of the information about an alien species or species being here? And I think the key point in that study was the one that said, if that information were to be let out in the public as it stood now, end of the Cold War, paranoia, the Ruskies are coming, that we would be in bad trouble because it would most affect the religious communities, particularly the fundamentalists in the scientific communities. The paradigms would be shattered, the religious paradigms would be shattered, and there could well be a good deal of social unrest.
One of the things that I was fascinated years ago to learn what the real meaning of the word apocalypse was.
Yeah.
And I go to the big dictionary and realize that the origin, the Greek origin of the word means the uncovering, the discovery, and the revealing. And we're right smack in the middle of the apocalypse because we're uncovering the secrets of our past. We're discovering who we are. And the revelation literally is what man is and can be.